Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, I definitely have been enjoying me some anime, and I feel like because I get to enjoy so much of it, I just smile ear to ear half the time I'm watching it. But this week's episode of Through the War, we are definitely getting into the end game of what was planned between the rebels and why they feel like they even have a chance in the first place, which some people probably don't even believe they have in the, like in the show as general, like, oh, you guys are going to go against the greatest of the greats. Yeah, you guys already lost. Like that's a lot of people's mentality already towards the rebels, including the announcer who's supposed to be somewhat not biased, but is 110% biased against the rebels. So it's whatever. I think this show is definitely playing a very, very smart game of we know what the fans are thinking and we're going to play to it accordingly. And now that we're getting so much of, just expositions and telling us why certain people are good at making certain things, it's getting to a point where we can kind of call out who seemingly will win or lose. And as of right now, it feels like the girl that we have been growing with this whole time should win, right? Like she should get the W. But with how this show is, I feel like it can go in any way. It can go in any direction when it comes down to uh, giving certain characters wins or giving certain characters losses. Because at the end of the day, let's say you give the sweet girl a loss, right? Like you give our main character that's been growing and growing and growing all this time a loss to somebody who we just met, and she's supposed to be the top of the top. It makes sense for certain characters that have been talked up to live up to their expectations. I feel like, like it shouldn't be a case where they just get bodied all the time. They should at least be able to do the things that the show itself has told us they're capable of. And if that is the case and she was looking down on our main girl, then what's stopping the show from making that a true statement? Like what's stopping the show from being like, yeah, she was looking down on her because she thinks she was better than her, and then we come to find out she is better than her. So that's the type of thing Food War can do. With having two characters already going to be successful, seemingly, with our French cuisine guy um, Soma. There's no way Soma's losing, and I feel like even the Prince or even the French uh, maker can lose too. Like I feel like no one's really safe in Food War when it comes down to actual battles like this. I mean, we do need more people to battle against the elites and win and whatever, but I still feel like they can easily try to throw all of that work on the two main characters that we kind of see at the end of the opener to maybe be a little hint towards what's going to actually transpire towards the end of the show, which it looks like it's going to be uh, Soma and God Tongue going against practically everybody at this point. So I can't tell if that is how it's going to end. It feels right though. It feels like that wouldn't be too far fetched at this point. And if it does happen, I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to be getting cooked and whatnot, because at this point, a lot of the show has been, cooking some stuff that always looks amazing. But now that all the cooking is going to be a top tier and it's always practically going to be something we've never really got to maybe eat ourselves or something we wish we could make, it's kind of defeating the purpose of there being bad cooks and there being good cooks when now we're at the point of all of the cooks we see now are 100% elites. So we'll see how all that arguably like works out at the end, because I feel like anything could happen at the end of the day. And like I've been saying throughout this, and because it feels like anything can happen, that's why I'm excited for something to happen. That's why I want to see something pop off in general, because without anything happening in Food War, in the case of the characters' growth, the overall changing of the pace of the show in the grand scheme of like staying true to what they are good at cooking and stuff like that, I feel we're gonna get some uh, some character, like I just feel like we're gonna get some surprises. I hope we get some surprises. I hope it's not a straightforward wash for all three of these characters. I mean, to be fair, we've seen practically enough of these characters when it comes down to the samurai guy and the guy with the glasses on the opposing team of the rebels. I feel like we've seen enough of those two almost. Maybe not so much the samurai guy, but since he's going against Soma, that's why I say we've seen enough of him, because if you put him against the main character who clearly is going to make it further than anybody and throughout this, then he definitely doesn't have a chance, in my opinion. Then you have the guy with the glasses who's already lost to Soma. Now, if they make him lose to someone else, he'll have a reason to want to fight multiple people instead of just our main character. So I thought that would kind of play a little bit better of a role for that character than him just wanting to fight one person all the time, and then he doesn't even get the chance. And then he loses to someone else that, he's like, well, there's only one person who beat me and no one else can beat me. And then he gets beat by someone else. That definitely makes for his own character growth in the case of you're not the best, and it's been proven time and time again that you're not. Like, you have shown no change, or sure, you have grown a little bit since the last time you went against Soma, but is it enough to win as a whole? So that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to now, is what all is going to transpire at the end of these. And not only that, just who is going to come out, because at this point, anybody that wins on the Rebel side is definitely going to be good, because like we saw with this or last week's episode, with even the weaker people on the team going full out, it still allows the elite people to go full out. And because they're going full out, they end up in a position now where they're tired, they're exhausted and stuff like that. So I like knowing that they're playing to that, and that's why these characters are actually important and actually play much bigger roles than they could have in other instances, because now these characters have tried the elite people have tried their hardest to keep up with these powerful people, and because of that, it leads us into a situation where they're just that much better at what they do. They're just that much better at, you know, sensing ways to cook food that could be much better than where they're already going with what they're cooking. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about all this. I know you guys have either your own way of seeing things, or you just enjoy yourself some Food War like I do and just want to watch and enjoy. So I understand that as well. With all that being said, though, I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. If you are subscribed to this channel, make sure you guys keep a little bit of a eyes out later tonight. I think I might try to drop something that will be a pretty hefty review. So if you guys are looking forward from any more content from me, you already know what to do on YouTube. This YouTube's been around forever. You got to subscribe or just drop likes on videos that you truly do like from me, and I'll try to make sure to get more like it. Or if there's a video game that you guys enjoy me playing, ask and you shall probably receive it. Because I usually have all my games on download, so I can just hop on them whenever I need to make videos and stuff like that. So we'll see how all this transpires. I hope you guys have an awesome one, and I will definitely talk to you in the next one. So with all that being said, peace.